Hey guys, so I'm back with another video. After a little hiatus, it's been really busy lately. Um, Today's video is going to be talking about not giving up on your dreams. So I am, for those of you guys who aren't familiar with my work, my name's Sarah. I run a community art studio slash gallery. Where I host a multitude of different kinds of events. I've actually been branching out a lot lately. It's been very interesting to see the kind of, the versatility that can be utilized through this space. It's very cool. I'm doing like karaoke nights, yoga and paint classes. Tomorrow I'm hosting a group of second graders and their chaperones for a little paint class. So yeah, it's and just so many more things. I have like a craft fair coming up in November. I have a Halloween party planned with different like crafts and activities and stuff. It's just so like it's been really great, and I can't even take credit for that success because I just feel like it's out of my hands. Like there had to have been a higher power. I've had people from like just like Baltimore, like which is about like an hour and a half from me. I've had people from like Gaithersburg, which is also like an hour and a half from me. Like all these different places, like that I didn't think that my outreach would reach to. It's really coming to fruition. People are coming to me, which is great, and I've just been reflecting a lot on the year. If I had given up on my dreams, tying into the theme of today, if I had stopped before I started, or if I had stopped when I was feeling defeated, and I have felt defeated, I've faced challenges just like everyone else. Everyone thinks that my life is just fun and games, that I spend my days in my art studio painting, and that's it's all fun. But I am a business owner as well. This is a business. It's a beautiful space to run a business. It's a great place to, I'm very grateful I can come here whenever I want and, do what I want and do my work. But I do have to pay taxes. I do have to report all of that stuff. And I'm in the process of getting a new car this month. It's been very busy, but I've been very grateful. But again, yeah, like tying into today's theme, if I had stopped before I had even given myself a chance to see if this was really going to be a good opportunity for me to even approach, I would have never known that it would have come to fruition. So it's been a great year. Honestly, this is probably one of the best years of my life. I'm very excited to see the kind of work I continue to do and how it can, branch out. Like I said, I've had like interviews done here, as you guys saw with the Cami interview. I may be interviewing John Mouse next year, sometime coming up. I did have a chance to meet him this Monday, actually. He was very nice, very, very kind person. And I'm hoping that I can still work with him as well. And just anyone else who honestly is open to working with me. I'm, celebrity status or not, I'm very much open to creative collaboration. I'm very grateful for everyone who given me the chance to share a space with them. And I think one of the challenges that I was facing at first was really honestly like, I created this safe space for myself, right? And knowing I would have to open it up to the public, knowing that I would have to be vulnerable in that, I think that was one of the biggest challenges I faced at first, was being like, okay, I've created this awesome space. It feels like a second home to me, right? But I wasn't sure how I was going to go about utilizing that and integrating it into the public space it was intended to be, right? Because it just felt like other people were encroaching on my safe space. But I've gotten to the point where I'm proud of what I've created here. I'm happy with what I'm doing. Other people are starting to really see the vision and appreciate it. A lot of people say it's very cozy, very warm, very eclectic. We have so many amazing artists here that are showcasing and housing their art, for which I'm very grateful. And yeah, it's just become like this collective kind of. It's really cool, and I feel confident actually inviting people in, sharing this safe space. I'll share a small anecdote. Actually, I had this kid come in, his name was Quinn. He bought a ticket to one of my movie nights, and my friend Angel also bought a ticket. She was there. Quinn was one of the people that was coming from Baltimore, so it took him a little bit. He was a little late, so we waited for him. And then once he got here, my projector wasn't working. Well, it was too light outside for the movie projector to work, and we blacked out the windows with curtains. It was a whole fiasco, mess, whatever. But we improvised. Even though the curtains didn't really block out the light, I said, okay, we're gonna put a can on the Tarkovsky film for now. I'll honor that in the future. Come back for the next time. I'll schedule the movie after dark. But I had these old vinyl records that I wanted to paint on and decorate because I thought it would be a cool little decoration for the space. And we ended up, it was really cool. I'm glad I have people that follow me and that appreciate what I do, that are adaptable to different situations when things don't go as planned. That was definitely one of those times. So, and then everyone was like, oh, can we drink? I offered to make them a coffee. I was like, I'll make you guys a coffee or some tea. We had coffee and tea. We had some wine. We ended up just sitting on the floor in the back of my studio here in my little chill pad corner, and it's like a secondary workshop / chill space. And yeah, we just ended up painting and talking about life and, philosophy, moral philosophy, animal welfare. Talked to him a little bit about veganism as well. And I think that that's really authentic and really important to invite people into this safe space to say, okay, I've created something as an extension of myself, and I want to share it with you as something that you can also feel safe in, to be yourself and to create something beyond yourself, as an extension of you. And that's like, I feel like that's really honorary. And I feel so like, when it's actually successful, because sometimes I'm like, well, what are people gonna think when they come in here? But then they see like the lights, it's all cozy and stuff, and it's just like, you can really let your guard down, and it kind of gives people an escape from reality. I don't think there's very many third spaces like that, not around here at least. But it's really chill. And he told me afterwards, Gwen messaged me and said, you've got something really special with that place. And that just made me so happy, because that's really all I wanted. I'm glad I've gotten to the point where I'm not, I never felt like I was gatekeeping it or whatever, but I always felt a little shy to let people in, because I wasn't sure how they'd, react to it, or, if it would be good enough. But knowing that it's more than good enough, and that people really, like I said, just feel, it reminds me of this quote, and I'm probably not going to say it completely right, but it's something to the effect of, okay, how you move forward through life and how you share things with other people is, so you can't share with other people until you create space for yourself, and you're okay with that space you've created for yourself. And then once you're comfortable with the space you've made for yourself, you're able to open that up more once you have enough for yourself, and you can share that with other people and invite them into that space. And that's exactly what I think I've done here. And that's supposed to be metaphorical. That's supposed to be not a physical, actual space, talking about the mental and emotional connections, the reservoirs we have within ourselves. You can't pour into others' cups if your cup is empty, kind of thing, right? But it also applies to the physical space that I've created here, which I really am so grateful for that, because I'm glad I've gotten to a point where I did follow my dream. I did listen to my gut feeling on everything, my intuition, everything. And I didn't stop, and I tried really hard, and I'm still trying really hard every day, and just that motivates me. And then now that I am able to share that space, I have enough for myself. I make sure my cup is still full, and I make sure to share that with others. And, I've thought throughout the year, because my business is painting with a purpose. So I thought, well, maybe I'm not doing enough for the purpose part of it. What am I doing to give back? I haven't done that many fundraisers. I've done, at least since I've been here, I've done one so far. But last year I did like relief aid for the hurricane last year, and then this year I did the Palisades fire relief. Actually, I've done 2 this year, my bad, but only 1 here. But and then I've done so many fundraisers for the past. That's what my business was predicated upon before I got the space, because I was just doing random paint and tips at random venues. But like, yeah, then getting this space, it was like, I want to do more of that. But I've been reflecting, like, I actually have been doing a lot to fulfill my purpose. And that's not always just about donating and giving money. I gave like a guy like $5 outside of the auto bar the other night when I went to see John Mouse. His wife and I were talking to this homeless gentleman, and talking about God and stuff. And that's an example, even regardless of the money aspect. That's just an example of how we can make a difference in someone else's life. And sometimes it looks like inviting them into a safe space and saying, hey, create something, have fun with it, because they're not doom scrolling. They're not, like seeking out satisfaction or pleasure through some contrivial means, some deplorable, like, degeneracy or something. But like, it's a real tangible thing that, it's productive, it gets your mind off the bad shit, and it's good, and it's really cathartic. And I think that people walk away feeling like energized and refreshed and stuff, and just seeing that does make me feel like I'm living in my truth, and like being true to my purpose, and upholding what my business is supposed to be about, is just providing that to the community and people that would like to share in that with me. And that's really, really important. And yeah, but I guess that's my dream that I'm chasing, and I'm really happy that I'm able to fulfill that, and I hope I'm still able to continue to fulfill this. And it's just been, it's been a lot, but I'm very grateful. I'm very happy to be here. And like I said, if I had stopped before I was even, before I had started, it wouldn't have happened this way. So when you think that you want to be giving up and stuff, that's probably right before you break through. So even in your moments of weakness, stay strong, because life does get better. I promise you that. My friend Angel told me the other day that I'm her reminder that things do get better. And to be a living reminder to someone else, I can never forsake that. I have to uphold that. That's part of my integrity. It's part of my character. Never kill yourself, because, you could just be a good person and be a living example to others as to why life does get better. Again, I'll always remind people, death is coming, so don't waste your time killing yourself or being depressed. It's going to happen. It's going to get you one day. You have no choice, right? But for now, we have to be mindful and do well in this life, and believe that we can actually make a positive change for good. So on that note, I hope you guys have a great night or day, whatever time it is you're watching this, and I'll try to make more of these videos soon. I'll try to come back with some more well-articulated, profound ideas. The last couple ones have just been about self-reflection and hopefully inspiring people, but I hope that that's good enough. So keep following your dreams, and you'll see me next time. Have a blessed night.